just wanted to let you know in advance, once you get to my lip ring part of the video, you're going to see a video of me piercing my lip. So if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff, just be careful once you get there.
My mom has a message.
Feel sorry for my daughter. She looks like this. This is her face.
Hey, it's Allison, and today I'm going to talk about my piercings. My first two piercings were my earlobes, and I got my earlobes when I was a baby. I was not even a year old. Yeah, it's a Spanish custom for kids to get their ears pierced, so I'm okay with that. I mean, I have more piercings, so it wasn't a bad thing. My aunt pierced my earlobes, and I do technically still have them pierced, but they look different now. The second piercing was my second lobes, upper lobes, which were right here. I re-pierced them like 3 different times because every time I stretched my ears, they would get uneven. So I just stopped piercing that, and I gave up on my second lobe, so I do not have those in anymore. I pierced my second lobes when I was 12, and I did them because my sister actually pierced hers before me, and I was kind of like weirded out, and I got really mad because I wanted them too, so then I did it. And I did this when I was living in Ukraine, and I did it in my room with a safety needle, and yeah, they didn't get infected, so that's a good thing. From a scale of 1 to 10, it was about a 3. It did not hurt that bad. It was just kind of like a pinch. My next piercing was a cartilage piercing, which was right here. I pierced my cartilage when I was 14 years old, and I did it with a safety pin. You can see a video of me piercing my cartilage on my channel. It's like the second video I've ever posted, and I pierced it because it was kind of hidden so it wouldn't bother my parents that much, or that's what I thought. And I did it in my bathroom when I was living in Nicaragua. It did hurt a lot. I would say it's about a 5 from a scale of 1 to 10. And I do not have it anymore. I could probably put an earring back in, but I don't really like cartilage piercings. They're annoying, they hurt, my hair gets tangled in them, so I just don't leave them in. My next piercing was my second and third cartilage piercing, which were right here. I did it because I wanted a really pierced up ear, and I pierced those in my room in Nicaragua, and I would say those hurt way worse than this cartilage piercing I pierced. I would say that was about maybe a 6. I don't have them anymore because they got tangled up with my hair so much, and they started getting bumps because my hair was in the way and I kept tugging at them, hitting them. So I just hate cartilage piercings. I don't have any of them anymore. My next piercing was my belly ring was my next piercing, and I pierced my belly ring when I was 14, and I did it with a needle. It's like a sewing needle, and I did it because I really wanted a belly ring. So yeah, I pierced my belly, and I did that in the bathroom. Oh god, this was probably the longest piercing it took to get me pierced because it would not go in all the way. I even got like, how I pierced it was pretty crazy. I got like a hand sanitizer bottle, and you know how the hand sanitizer bottles have like holes in them to squirt out the stuff? I used that hole to be able to push the needle through my skin, and it worked. I tried to put the 14 gauge piercing I bought from Hot Topic in my belly button, but it did not fit. So instead I put in one of my cartilage piercings, and I let it heal for a little bit, and then about a week later I switched it out to a 14 gauge, and I'm actually very surprised it did not get infected at all. It healed so fast. In like 2 weeks, there was no pain and everything went well. And yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised about that, but I kept it clean, so maybe that's why, I don't know. I do not recommend piercing yourself. It's not a good idea, but if you're like me and you just can't wait and your parents say no to everything, make sure you do it the safest way possible. I started stretching my ears when I was 14, and I did them because I kept seeing pictures of people with huge stretched ears, and I thought it looked so awesome and so cool, and I wanted to get them done. So then I started stretching my ears, and stretching your ears does not hurt. It's just a lot of pressure on your ear. I never had a problem with it, except my first stretch was from a 14 gauge to an 8 gauge, which is a really bad idea. It did bleed a little bit, did not get infected, surprisingly. And I was in my grandma's house when I first stretched my ears, and I was just sitting on the couch like pushing it in overnight little by little, and it went through. And I do still have them. Right now I am at 5/8 of an inch, and I have these stainless steel tunnels in my ears. And yeah, they healed well. I've never had a problem with them. My next piercing was my lip ring. I pierced my lip when I was 15. I did it because I saw all these bands I liked, and they all had lip rings, and I thought lip rings looked really cool and really awesome, so I wanted one. And from a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably a 4 or a 5. It did not hurt that bad. And I only had it in for a day because I knew my mom would get really mad at me, so I took it out. And I had a lip ring for a day. My next piercing was my tongue ring, and I was 15 when I pierced my tongue. I pierced my tongue because I thought tongue piercings looked really pretty, and I did not know what they were actually for till my grandma told me. So it's kind of awkward, but it's okay. I still like it. I still think it's pretty. And I pierced my tongue when I just moved to Tennessee. I was in my aunt's house and I was really bored. From a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably about a 4 or a 5. And the piercing did not hurt at all compared to the healing process. The healing process was probably one of the worst pains I have felt in my life. My tongue was swollen for 3 days. I could not eat. It hurt to even eat applesauce. It took me like 2 hours to eat a burrito. And I do still have my tongue ring. And you can see it. I still have my tongue ring. I really like it. I'm not planning on taking that out either. My next piercing was my nose ring, and I pierced this when I was 16. It was my 16th birthday, so I asked my mom if I could get my first facial piercing, and she said yes, so I did my nose piercing. And from a scale of 1 to 10, this was probably about a 9. My next piercing was my eyebrow piercing, and I pierced it when I was 16. I pierced it because I really liked eyebrow piercings, and I've always been big on eyebrows. I just thought it would add on to my eyebrows, and I like that. Sorry. And I pierced it in my bathroom in Tennessee. And from a scale of 1 to 10, it was about a 4 or a 5. I know I say that a lot. It's because they don't really hurt that bad. It's just like pinches and tugs and pressure. And I have it in right here. It's a 14 gauge, and I really like it. I'm not planning on taking that out either. And my next piercing was my Labret piercing right here. I was 16 when I pierced it. I pierced it because I was addicted to piercings and I wanted more piercings, and I just thought it looked pretty, so I pierced my Labret. I pierced it in my room right there. This was actually probably my second most painful piercing. From a scale of 1 to 10, it was about a 7. It hurt a lot. I do not have it anymore because the healing process hurt so much. I could not eat, I could not chew on food, and I just remembered how it felt when I got my tongue pierced, so I was like, you know what, I'm taking this out. So I took it out. It healed perfectly. You can see like a white dot here and here from where my previous piercings were. My next piercing, and actually the last thing I pierced, was my septum. Yeah. Oh my god, one of the balls of my septum is missing. Anyways, I pierced my septum when I was 17, and I'm still 17 now. And I pierced it because it was a hidden piercing. It's barely noticeable, and I was addicted to piercings, so I wanted another one. And I pierced my septum ring right exactly where I'm sitting right now on a video call with a friend. from a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably a 5. My eyes watered a lot, but it didn't really hurt that bad, but it was very irritating, and the healing process was painful. And it stunk a lot, and it still stinks to this day. Septum piercing smells so bad. I might end up taking it out one day because I don't usually keep it out. It's always flipped up. It's so easy to hide. I actually have a video of me surprising my mom with my septum ring.
Mama, want to see my secret piercing? Do you like it?
Yeah, and those are all my piercings, and I'm not planning on getting any more. Actually, just kidding. I know what I want to get, but I'm not going to mention it because if my parents hear it, they're going to get mad at me, so I'm not going to say it.
Hey, my name's Melanie. I'm her sister.
Will you put those in that?
Okay, so those are all my piercings. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing and awesome day. And if you want to keep up with me and see what I do and where I go and what color my hair is, you can follow me on my Instagram, Mallichite, Mallichite, and have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.